What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel at Naig'e Cortez. And today I am with a story time video on how I almost died, as you guys already seen by the title. So this is a story on how I almost died from something that was so stupid. So if you are a teenager, underage, and you think you're grown and you're trying to do shit that you have no business doing, keep on watching. So this was around the time that I was 18 and I had just graduated high school. Majority of the time when you turn 18 and you just graduate, you think you know everything and you think you're grown. When 9 times out of 10, you still need your parents for a whole lot of shit. You still need advice because you don't know nothing. 18 is not a lot of numbers, but you just get that boost like you're just an adult. So I had asked my mom and dad for a tongue piercing. They had told me no. At this point, I kind of wanted to be rebellious because I never really gave my parents any problems. When I was in high school, I did everything that they asked me to do. I graduated. I stayed on track. So in a way, I felt like they owed me the yes for me to get something that I had wanted to get. But they told me no. So I was kind of furious at this point. I'm like, this. Like, I'm 18. I just graduated. Like, I don't need them. I don't even need them to sign, you know? So once you have that age, you don't need a signature. You be like, shit, I'm going to do whatever I want to do. So I went to my cousin Nia's house and I was staying the night over there. But me wanting to do what I wanted to do because I was sick of being told no for something that I wanted, I was like, girl, come with me to get my tongue pierced. Mind you, Nia had her tongue pierced twice before this. So shout out to you, Nia, for getting it again with me. But the way that this shit ended was so bad. So keep on watching. So we go. Nia gets her piercing first. And I'm like pumped because I'm like, I'm here. Fuck this. I ain't listening to my parents. I'm about to get piercing. Boom. So Nia gets her shit done. Nia's bleeding for a little bit. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of scared, but I'm here. So I'm ready. Like, pierce me up. So I get in the chair. I'm, ready. The dude, he pierces it. I guess it felt like a tongue piercing. But what I did not know, the dude had actually ended up hitting a vein that was in my tongue. He had barely missed a main artery that was in my freaking tongue, you guys. So, I'm bleeding, and I didn't end up leaving the shop. Like, I didn't leave the shop until, like, maybe 20 to 30 minutes after because I was bleeding and I was concerned. So I was just sitting there to make sure the bleeding was going to stop. And then I felt a little bit safer because I knew I was in the care of the piercer. And he, he knows all about this bleeding and all this gory shit going on with me at this point. But he just told me, go ahead, go home. Like, you're just a bleeder. Like, you're probably just bleeding more than others. Like, you'll stop, though. So I trusted his word, and I had ended up leaving. I had got a napkin from him, and, like, I was driving, and I was spitting in this napkin. And the napkin was just completely red by the time it was done. Like, it was a done deal. So I had chucked that out the window. This point, I'm calm, but I'm kind of getting worried. So I had a styrofoam cup in my car, and I looked at Nia. I'm like, Nia, like, girl, if I fill up this cup, I'm about to take this shit out. And she's like, okay, like, Naig'e, like, just chill. Like, let's just get to my house. So if everything would have went as planned, we would have went straight into Nia's room. I would have been pierced up. I would have been popping like I thought. But it didn't go like that. I was bleeding, like, out of control. Like, it was bad. And this is not even a dramatic story to just really scare you guys. This is a legit experience that I went through that I didn't even have to go through if I would have listened to my parents. So I get in there. Nia's mom is freaking out. Oh my God, what's going on? Blah, blah. At this point, I'm hurt. Like, I got a tongue piercing. So we go inside the bathroom, and, like, she twists the tongue ring out of my tongue. So at this point, I'm spitting out blood. Like, her sink was just filled with blood. It was just so fucking nasty. And then, really, you guys, like, I started, like, going like this to my tongue. And, like, little layers of skin was coming off of my tongue. And, like, the last one I had got, I was, like, holding it. And it was probably, like, that long. Like, filled, like, just a long thing of, like, my skin off my tongue. So I'm still bleeding, and then I went like this, and my vein was just swollen, or like it was gonna pop out of my freaking tongue, like it was bad. So my mom was like, well, you know what, Naig'e, y'all shouldn't have went and did the shit, so I'm about to call your mom. And I did not want my mom to know about this, like, at all, because I'm savage, I'm on that thug-like shit right now. I don't want my parents to know, but I didn't have my medical card, and this is what I mean by you being young and dumb and not listening. We don't think about carrying a medical card with us when we're going to do stupid shit, just in case we might end up in the emergency room. So I had to give my mom a call because I needed her to come down with my medical card. When I got there, this is how I know this was the dumbest decision of my life. There was an old security guard sitting there, and he had to be, I want to say, probably like early 70s, like, you know, those old security guards that just been having their job forever. So when I walked in there, at first he was like, "You okay, young lady?" And I'm like, "No, sir, like I got my tongue pierced and I need help." And he starts dying laughing at me. So I'm holding my tongue. I'm like, I think this man is not laughing at me right now. Like, I'm bleeding to death. So he ends up going to get me help. I go inside the back. They ended up like wrapping my tongue up with this thing that they like put over like gunshot wounds, because that's how bad I was bleeding. And I really didn't know, like I really didn't recognize it was to that extent. Like, it was really bad, you guys. So I had to end up sitting in the emergency room or in the back for like 3 hours just holding this gauze with this thing. Nala, you're back. Great. So I ended up holding this gauze on my tongue for 3 hours. My mom and dad got there. At first, my mom was concerned, but then, you guys will see my mom on here one day. She started cussing me out. "Naig'e, what the?" Y'all can imagine everything anything a disappointed parent would be saying. So she cussed me out, and then the crazy part about it, y'all, like, a few months after I got my car, the few months I graduated, they had got me a car. So as soon as I got there, my mom was like, "You don't want to be listening. Me and your dad told you not to get this shit. We told you it was a stupid decision. Now we're going to take your car." So I'm 18. I just graduated. Got a failed tongue piercing, epic fail. And now I don't got no fucking vehicle. So you're back to the basics. You're back to your child age where you're still asking them for rides and still having to ask them for shit because you're not listening. And I feel like that would have been way different if I would have listened. I would have still had my car. I wouldn't have been getting treated like a kid after that. It was so bad. I think they were just kind of being extra, but they were treating me because I made a stupid decision. So my whole point of this video is to give you guys, like, to weigh some shit out. Like, if you guys are those kids that do ask before you go and do something and your parents tell you no, it's not because they're telling you no because they just want to be spiteful towards you or just say, "No, I'm the parent, so just no," just because there's a reasoning behind it, or they feel like you're going to do something stupid. And if your parents really care about you, they're going to say no just because they know what's best for you. So don't be that. And don't get me wrong, I felt like that night I was living because I'm like, I'm being spontaneous. I'm not having anybody to answer to. I'm 18. I just graduated. You know, I'm feeling a certain type of way. So I went and did something, but it almost like really could have cost me my life. And when I had talked to the doctor was like, "You're lucky." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "Something so simple could have like paralyzed you. And then if you didn't come, you could have bled out. Like, you know, when you lose a certain amount of blood, like you get unconscious, you start to faint, shit like that." So when he told me that I could have been paralyzed, I had to like really think about it. Like, I'll be paralyzed with a piercing now. No, that's not what you think. You're like, okay, fuck. Like, I could have lost my mobility, you know, due to a fucking stupid ass tongue piercing. So I'm not against piercing because I have piercings here, my nose ring, my ears are pierced, I have my belly button pierced. I've had piercings. There's nothing wrong with piercings. But just make sure. Oh, and that's another thing, being spontaneous. Okay, it's one thing to be spontaneous, but still try to be smart. I knew nothing about this tattoo shop, this piercer, anything. You know, when you're being smart about some shit, you call up such and such, or you know, your one home girl that's pierced up like crazy. "Hey girl, have you ever been to such and such tattoo shop? Have you ever got pierced by such and such?" Like, you need to do your research because you can't just walk into something just thinking that everybody's good. Because just because they're certified or just because they have a license doesn't mean they're good with their skill. And it doesn't mean that they know everything about the body and they're piercing it. So if that man would have been good or really serious on his shit, that wouldn't have happened to me, because later on down the line I had ended up hearing another story that he had pierced someone in their ear, and their like up here, I don't know what that's called, but it got infected. So you just have to really, really be careful on what you do. And that really is just sums up the video on how I almost fucking died due to a stupid ass tongue piercing. And then, okay, so I'm 21 now. I've been graduated, and I moved, and now I want to go get another tongue piercing, but it is not the same exact one. It's not this one that goes down. It's the sideways one where they're like 2 dots. I guess they call it snake eyes. And I did my research on that. They're not piercing through like any veins or any main shit. They're just piercing through like the skin and the tissue of your tongue. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know. Let me know what you guys think about that piercing. If it's stupid for me to do that due to my last experience, or because I am taking the right approach on this one, it might not turn out like that. I don't know. It's just kind of thrown up in the air. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I will see you guys in my next video.